Hi, I'm Lynn Ruffus, and I'm going to go over a few principles of sterile technique that will be necessary for you to know when you're doing surgery in either small or large animal. These techniques I'm going to go over include a sterile scrub of your hands and how to dry your hands, how to put your gown on and your gloves on without contaminating either yourself or the animal. First of all, I'm going to go over scrubs. Since we are in the lab here, we don't have a sink, so I'm just going to simulate how to go through the scrub. And otherwise, you would have a sink to use, and you would be using a foot pedal to regulate the water flow. When you begin your scrub, you need to take off all rings and watches. You need to rinse your hands and lather up with soap to get rid of the gross surface dirt. Next, you take a nail file and clean underneath your nails, going through each nail on both hands. Then this is just discarded in the trash can. The scrub brushes we use either have betadine or Physahex, depending on whether you're allergic to the betadine or not. You start with the hands first, getting the sponge very wet and soapy. Using the bristle part on your hands, you do one hand at a time, starting with your fingers. You want to treat each section as if it had 4 sides, so you go in and out of each finger like so. If you do approximately 20 strokes per side, it will take you about 5 minutes, which is what the requirement is in small animal surgery. After you do inside and outside of your fingers, you do the palm and then the back of your hand. Now you're ready to switch to the other side. Do the same thing with your fingers, inside and outside. Palm of your hand and then the back of your hand. You want to do your hands first because you want these to remain the cleanest. Next, you're ready to go to your forearms. Since the bristles are a little rough, you can use the sponge part. You might need to add more soap and water throughout this procedure. Using a circular motion, you start with the wrist area, going around again 4 sides. The middle of your forearm next. You separate this into 3 sections. And then up to your elbows. Now you do the same thing on the other arm, wrist, middle of your forearm, and then to your elbow. You always remember to keep your hands above your elbows, never let them drop. When you're done with your scrub, you discard your brush into the sink or into the trash can. When you rinse, you keep your hands above your elbows again, rinsing through the water, starting with your hands and letting the water drip down on both arms. Then after you get done with your scrub, you're ready to put your gown on and your gloves. First of all, you need to dry your hands, and this also needs to be done correctly. The gown and gloves will be laying on a sterile field such as this. You come in, you pick up the towel without touching either the gown or glove. You want to step away from the table a bit so you don't contaminate the towel on the sterile field after it's touched your hands or on your scrub suit. So you need to just unwrap the towel without shaking it. You can just open it using both your hands. Separate the towel into half. Dry one hand, drying all your fingers, just rotating the towel back and forth, bending at your waist so that the sterile edge of the towel doesn't touch your scrub suit at the bottom. You continue drying up your forearm till you reach your elbow. Then the towel is flipped, using your dry hand to grasp the clean edge of the towel and continuing drying your hands first and rotating the towel down to your elbows. You want to always dry from your hands down to your elbows so again, your hands remain the cleanest part. The towel is then discarded into a trash can. You then can pick up your gown, pick the whole gown up. It's folded, so all you need to do is drop the gown in front of you, find your armholes. A circulator then comes and helps you on with the rest of your gown. You just slip your hands into the gown, never extending your hands out through the end of the cuff. The circulator ties you in the back. Now that you're gowned up, it's time to close glove. Closed gloving is used because your hands never come out through the end of the cuff, so there's no risk of contamination of the gown if your hands never touch the outside of the glove package. Using your fingers through your cuff, you open up the glove package. With your fingertips through the end of the cuff, you pick up the fingertips of the glove. I would be doing my left hand first, so I pick up the left glove through the cuff of the gown. I grasp the cuff of the glove with my thumb. The fingers are then on the glove going up towards my elbow. Again, through the gown, I take the cuff of the glove and pull it over the end of my hand. Again, continuing through the cuff of the gown, I pull on the glove and the gown at the same time. Notice that my hand has never come out through the end of the cuff of my gown. The same procedure is done for the other hand. Picking it up by the fingertips, flipping it over onto the palm of your hand. Through the cuff of the gown, I grasp the cuff of the glove. Fingers are going up towards my elbow. Grasp the other part of the glove, pull it over my hand, and then pull the glove and the gown on at the same time. Once I have done all this, you need to make sure that all the white part of the gown is covered because that will absorb water. Then you're ready to tie yourself in. A circulator again will come around. You take off your tag, giving it to the circulator, turn around, grasp the tie. She will pull the tag off, and then you will tie yourself in. As you may have noticed during the demonstration, the cuff of my glove has been torn. If this were to happen in surgery, either through this same procedure, the cuff being ripped, or for example, a pin might have gone through the glove, a bone fragment, you would have contaminated your glove. So in order to continue with the surgery aseptically, you would need to replace this glove. We will demonstrate now how it is done in the surgery setting to replace a contaminated glove. A circulator will come and remove the glove. Since the cuff of my gown has been rolled up on my hand, I can't open glove without contaminating both the glove and the gown. In order to replace a glove aseptically, another person who is also scrubbed in needs to assist you. After the circulator has removed the glove, a new glove package is opened, and your assistant, who is also scrubbed in, will help you. She holds the glove open with her sterile gloved hands. I can assist by making the hole larger to place my hand in, and my hand is just slipped down into the glove. And then nothing has touched the outside of the gown, or my hand has not touched the outside of the glove, so I'm ready to continue with my surgery aseptically.